Hey guys, my name is Jessica, I'm from Green Beaver SA and welcome to my channel where I love to talk about anything planty and planty related. So today I'm actually just going to be doing a little bit of a plant haul. It's going to be my June and July plant haul. I think let's get straight into it. The first plant that I'm going to talk about that I got in June, gorgeous Syngonium. I think it's called the neon Robusta, which is the pink variety. So I'm not very good at pronouncing any of these names unless I hear them spoken about a lot from other YouTubers, and then I can get some names right because of that. I was in Leroy Merlin looking for some pots, and I bumped into this guy and he was a great price. So I bought two. I bought one for myself and one for my sister, and he just pumps out growth. And since I've had it, I've put it in a relatively sunny spot, so it gets a lot of light most of the day, but it does get direct sunlight for probably 20 minutes in the afternoon. And I find pink has really become extremely pink. I know quite a few people say that if you leave it in sun, direct sun, the pink fades, but I know, okay, so it's not quite direct sun, but it is in a spot where it does get direct sun for half an hour, and it is afternoon sun. The rest of the day it's just sort of indirect light that's a bit medium to bright, maybe more medium. I think I'll go with medium. But he keeps growing, he keeps pumping out new leaves. They're getting pinker and pinker and pinker, and they're really beautiful. Do you think I need to do it in a specific order? I think I want to do it in the order of which I got them, if I could remember. Okay, I'm sure this one, I've left one. I've forgotten about a whole plant. There's a whole plant missing, and he's actually the next one. I'm not gonna go fetch it. So the third plant that I got this month is this gorgeous fern. I do have one fern, and I have killed many ferns. Actually, my cat killed my first fern. My very first fern was an asparagus fern, but I'm a bit nervous of ferns. I don't know why. I think because everyone says ferns are hard, but I'm an overwaterer, so I think ferns are probably good for me. So this fern, I'm going to read out the name, but it's going to be wrong. I know the common name is the heart-shaped fern, and it's because these leaves really do get a beautiful sort of hearty shape, like a long elongated heart, and they're really cute when they first open. Unfortunately, here's one actually. So there's one that's sort of just starting to open. Anyway, they're really cute. He loves water. I think I water him every second day, and if I don't, it's really cool. He shows you quite easily. None of them are obviously doing it now, but he actually goes floppy. So as you can see, they're quite a stiff leaf, but this goes almost like floppy, like it looks dehydrated, but not wrinkly or anything like that. It just literally looks like floppy. So then you give it a bit of a water and he perks right back up. And I found that it's not the older leaves. The older leaves, you don't see that. It's only the new leaves. So this was relatively new leaf, this guy over here, and he's been my telltale sign of when I need to water. But I got this from a local nursery down the road. I literally live 2 minutes from a nursery, so it's a problem. I try go there once a week when they get their restocks. Well, I try not to go there once a week when they get their restocks. I have to fight the urges because you're always going to buy something. But this is from Heckers. I'm actually really chuffed that I bought this. My fourth plant that I got this month, so this huge guy, it takes up the whole screen. Hello. I went with a friend to Heckers, which is where I got this guy from. I went to help her find plants for her house, and she just said, please come help me choose plants for certain areas of my house. What do you think will fit best, as well as ones that I can keep alive. And we saw a gorgeous variegated cast iron plant. I've actually shown it in my haul that was before this haul, which was like my lockdown haul. It was the variegated cast iron plant, so it's got like the white stripes going all the way through. And when I saw it, I said to her, oh, I really wanted a cast iron plant, but I wanted the Milky Way version, which has all these. I'm gonna show you, I might break this leaf. Which has all these gorgeous speckles. Speckledy, speckledy, speckledy. It's like speckled eggs, which are my favorite chocolate. I don't know if speckled eggs is a chocolate. Whatever. It's my favorite get fat treat. So it's got all these little speckles on it, and I said to her, I was like, oh, I would really love a cast iron plant, but I'm gonna just hold out for the Milky Way one, which is this guy. Is the Aspidistra Elatior, or you know, the common name is the cast iron plant. And then she was really sweet, and when we were potting hers up, she let me have a bit of her variegated one, so I was super grateful for that. So he was a really cheap price as well, for the size of him, you know. Ugh. And he was bigger than this. So then what I did is I bought him and I repotted it, and I divided them into 3, and I've got a video on this, so if you want to check out, the link will be below, where I repotted, spoke about propagating as well as their care tips for this beautiful guy. And I gave my sister some as well as my friend some, so I feel like it was only fair that my friend and I swapped. Well, not swapped, but she had given me a piece of her cast iron plant, and so I gave her a piece of my cast iron plant. You know, as you do, you gotta share. So he makes me very happy. The sheer size and cuteness of him. Let me go put him back down here. So now we're on to plant number 5, which is my favorite. This plant. Makes me very happy. Okay, I know he's a relatively common plant now. I got myself a beautiful Anthurium Clarinervium from an amazing shop, an amazing online store. I've bought from them a few times now, and they are called Planty orchids. I don't even want to tell people about them because I don't want them to buy all the nice stock. But no, they have more than enough stock. They have beautiful rare plants that come in and out, beautiful orchids. They've got loads of pitcher plants. If that's, I actually need to buy a pitcher plant. And I should mention that I think I'm going to definitely try get a pitcher plant to eat some of the adult gnats. I think it would bring me pleasure to see them get eaten. I'm sorry, is that cruel? That's what they bring you to though, hey? So this beautiful, 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 beautiful plant. This is the condition. I've had him now probably for 3 weeks, and he has not changed a bit other than get more beautiful. It's got this super velvety touch. It's super suede, like it feels like suede, to the point where I'm gonna rub a hole in it, because I'm not a plant stroker, I'm not a plant petter until you give me this oak. Oh, so beautiful. So this is his biggest leaf, and then he's got this leaf. This is his medium one. Then we got this little guy, and then we have a flower, which, and then we got another flower growing, which is, and I think I'm right, but this is my first Anthurium, so I'll let you know how it goes, but don't ask me any advice on them. Don't ask me any. Actually, leave comments below, please. He has, there is, you're not gonna see, but I'm gonna try. If you look, this guy here, he actually has a little tip popping out the top there, and I'm sure that that is a leaf, not another flower. Well, I really hope it's another leaf. So let me know what you guys think, if I'm getting another leaf coming out there or if it's a flower. But I'm gonna go with it's a leaf, because positive vibes only. And yes, that plant makes me really happy. So if you guys are thinking about buying one, I would suggest getting it from Planty Orchids. Reason being is because shipping, brilliant. Customer service, brilliant. Plant, brilliant. So we're on plant number 6, and this guy is really cool. So this is just a cutting, well, 2 different cuttings that I have just propagating in perlite, and this little cup of key that I've recycled, because recycle, don't allow plastic to only be used once, guys. Do your best to save the planet. Every little bit helps. But this is my Syngonium, a variegated This is the one that has barely any roots, and I'm assuming it's just taking longer because of the white, you know, as they do. And then this one has a really substantial root system. Well, when I say substantial, it's got like one really long root, so that's why I'm not quite ready to put it in soil. And this I got in an awesome plant swap. A guy on Instagram started following us, and I just had a look at some of these pictures, and he had a picture of a bunch of these cuttings, and they were like really beautiful. Then I saw that on his like bio he said that he was happy to do plant swaps, and yeah, so he said DM me if you're interested in any plant swaps and that sort of stuff, which I did, extremely excited. And I just said to him, hey there, is there any chance that you're able to swap, you know, some of your Syngonium? Ran out of memory space on the camera, and so I had to go and remove the videos and all of that. So sorry if the angles have changed, which I think they have. I'm really running out of daylight now, so this is gonna be fun. But we were talking about this variegated Syngonium, and I don't remember exactly what I said, so I'm just gonna go with what I can remember. Basically, yeah, so I got it from a guy off Instagram called Plant Love. He was quite happy to swap. I didn't think I had anything that he would be interested in swapping this with, because I mean, hello, I don't think I would swap this with anybody, but maybe I'm a little selfish. I'm really glad that he did want to swap this, and he actually wanted to swap it with the neon Robusta. So I gave him a solid rooted section of this. I got these two for a little bit of this, and I'm like super happy. So I'm going to go to the third plant now, and I have the normal version of it, and I think I prefer the normal version of it, strangely enough. But I saw this at Hecker's. My plant number 3 is also from Hecker's, so I saw this guy from Hecker's, and it was a friggin' good price, like really good price. So I bought me one, and I bought my sister one because I couldn't say no because of the price. It is no other than a variegated string of pearls, and it is quite variegated, and it's really beautiful. You can see he's starting to grow. He's popping up all these little things. So these are all new since I've had him. I don't know if it's that the variegation is quite simplistic, if that makes any sense, where if you look at something like, you know, where this variegation, it's so eye-catching. It, you know, you look at it and you're like, wow, what's going on there? Whereas with this, I'm not saying it's not beautiful. It is a beautiful plant. It just, I think I prefer the plain green. I think it's just because the variegation isn't, it just looks like some beads are white and some have like white. Yo, does that sound bad? And I like to have variety. I like to have the options, and I mean, I'm not going to ever say no to like a variegated anything. I have this in a nice sunny spot in a really warm room. My office is like the plant room, but he's getting a nice warm spot. I actually find that my normal string of pearls does way better outside. It just loves to be growing in a pot outside, not looked at, not fussed over, and I keep bringing chunks of it inside and being like, you will live in my house, and then it's like, I don't want to, and then it looks a little bit sad. But oh well, at least I have a huge one growing outside that when that one doesn't do too well anymore, then I put it back outside and then I bring a new section back in. But he seems to be a bit happier inside than the plain one for now. My 7th plant is a little bit of a touchy subject. I'm going to show you it. I'm not going to talk too much about it, and I might do a video about it at a later date. So this Repot tetrasperma is definitely a beautiful plant, and it was on the top of my sister and I's wish list for a long time. And we were being quite fussy about the one that we got, and we wanted a big version of it. Anyway, we found this, which is extra large, which I'll give them that. It is a large plant. So happy with that. We did buy the most expensive one on the market. I'm just not too happy with the condition that it's come in. What they have done is this new growth here. So this is like, you know, one section of growth, there's another section of growth, there's another section of growth. They have literally chopped off the last leaf of every one of the new growths. I'm assuming because the leaves were ugly, but they've literally cut them off at every single growth point. And there are 3 other growth points on this plant that all have stunted growth. It was in the same area as us, so it wasn't damaged in our courier. I understand that plants get damaged in courier and shipping. The thing I'm a bit upset about is this plant was sent the way it is, knowingly, and for the price that we paid. Look, it's not like over the top expensive, but it's not a cheap plant, and I just feel like the plant isn't worth what we paid for it. If I had seen it in a nursery, I would not have paid that. I'm gonna keep this plant, but I'm just really disappointed, if that makes sense. I'm maybe gonna talk about it in another video, I'm not sure, but it's gonna go along with a different topic, so I'm not gonna actually say anymore. Then today is when I got my last plant, which is plant number 8. He's already drooping, but I've put him on in a corner where like the humidity is a little bit lower, so that might be why. And I bought it today from, you can try guess, you know, if I was gonna have like prize money for you guys guessing, you would all probably be winners, because I got this gorgeous guy from Heckers today. This is a Cattleya sabrina, and also, oh, feel it. I just love the suede at the moment, like the suede, velvet, like, ooh. This is gonna be another plant I'm gonna have to pet, and I'm gonna have to stop petting it. But he's really cool. He's got 2 new growth points. He's got a few dodgy looking leaves. He was the very last one. So he's got a new growth coming up here. Right down the middle there. I don't think you'll see. And then he's got a new growth coming here next to this dodgy leaf. That's the dodgy leaf. This is the new growth. And he did have another one popping out here growing, but I don't think you're gonna see. I think a caterpillar or something started eating it, because it literally has chomp marks. So I've checked the plant for pests, and because I've now put him on the arrangement with all the other plants that I've had for a while, so I don't want them to give him pests. But I checked him for pests. I don't see anything. He is going to be in quarantine for a little while. With Cattleyas and anything that likes like super high humidity, I struggle to quarantine them to a degree, because I don't really have spare humidifiers and that sort of stuff. So he, by quarantined, is just going to be much further away from any of my other plants. But I did check. He doesn't seem to have any pests other than the caterpillar that chomped at his leaves. But how beautiful is this? If you live close enough to them, definitely worthwhile going to, because sometimes they have a beautiful plants, really well priced, lovely place to look around. They have quite a big indoor section, they have a big outdoor section, maybe a medium-sized outdoor section, but it's a relatively big indoor section from what I've got around me. So yeah, but how beautiful. I seriously love this plant. I'm feeling the suede vibes right now. So I do have a Burley Marxii as well, the Tenanthe Burley Marxii, and that's got like a super waxy type leaf. So I don't know why, but I feel like they're relatively similar. When I got in my Burley Marxii, I just felt like a sabrina would look so beautiful next to it, because they're similar in terms of like the color tones, and then they got stripes. Their stripes aren't similar, but they've both got that sort of thing going on. But then the Burley Marxii is like this hard, waxy, like really shiny type leaf, and then this is this soft, velvety, matte finish type leaf. And I've just got this thing in my mind that I'm like, those two are gonna look beautiful together. They're like the same but different, you know, like same but still different, but still same. Those two are these. So I'm so happy I got this plant, and I paid 32 Rand for it. That's not the price he was listed as, not the price he was, but Heckers has an awesome loyalty card, and every time you buy, you like swipe it, and you swipe it, and you swipe it. And I bought my mom some herbs and some veggies, and then I bought this, and then I said, you know what, you can use my points. And for all the veggies that I bought for my mom, and for this guy, and I bought a few little pots. At the end of it, I only actually paid 34 Rand, so super chapped. Brand spanking new. I've had them for a few hours. Thank you guys for sitting through another one of my videos. I hope that it brought you some joy, or you know, a little piece of the joy that these plants give me. I hope they were able to give you, and maybe by seeing me talk about them, they'll convince you to buy some of them. You know, all these plants are beautiful for different types of reasons, and they all need to be loved and shared and enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, then a like would be great. It helps me build my YouTube channel, and a subscribe would be even greater, because that really helps me build my YouTube channel, and I want to keep doing this. So thank you guys for watching.